Hello, this is Spidey1958 and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder Kingmaker, the release version, episode 21. Last time I explored the map, so I just wanted to let you see. These blue things are basically kingdom sites. I don't know what they do yet. And basically I cleared out everything except for Rat Nook Hill, which is were rats that I don't have the equipment to take out very easily. And the Glade in the Wilderness, which last episode you saw me get basically ambushed by a big huge wolf and the party wiped. So, I went through pretty much and picked up all the stuff I had left laying around the map and turned it in and all that. So let's go ahead and head back in here, do some shopping, and then head the rest off. There will be lots of talking in this episode. I am going to try to do voices for most of the characters, though, you know, I have limited skill in that, so. I did empty the chest, so I'm carrying all the stuff in my chest now. Okay, let's look through his wares. I know there's one thing for sure I want. Books. A crumpled letter. Agate, artificial flower. Belt of giant strength, belt of incredible dexterity, belt of mighty constitution, bottle of oil. Could have sworn he had bag of holding. Diamond dust. Did we not buy that? Let's buy that. Let's go ahead and keep that too, just in case. So, lesser in extend, lesser in power. That's a great spell rod, but 9,000 gold. Belt, headband, silver. Could have sworn that there was a bag of holding in here somewhere. But apparently I was confused. No, I know I saw one. It must have disappeared. Unless it only shows up here. Let's do oldest to newest. Lots of masterworks, scimitars, two-bladed sword, armor, rings, belts, headbands. They have 7 headbands of charisma. Camping supplies, card figurines. Maybe it wasn't on him. Maybe you had the bag of holding. Potion. Scroll. Wand. Book. Honey. Mushrooms. Oh, I must have been completely imagining that there was a bag of holding somewhere in there. So I think at this point we'll save our money. So let's head off to Rostov. The fog seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Rostov.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the stolen lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baroness before the High Society of Rostov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the stolen lands if you wish, but this time, as a ruler. But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections. Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Do you already know about my encounter with Tartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Thank you. I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
It seemed rude to ask her some of those other questions, so... And believe me, I'm going to be talking quite a bit here. Okay, let's start with this guy. So you're the famous slayer of the Stag Lord's gang, soon to be Baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Lander. Just Lander? No name? No title? Let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I want to speak with you about. You see, I am heir to one of Beverly's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baroness with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Breviary if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Dramandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Breviary. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While there may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. I'll consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. Okay. Mary. That wine is all right, nice and strong, but the appetizer's barely a mouthful. Guard. They call this a feast? I'll show them some real festivities if they'd let me. Guest. Creston. Lindsay. Pour up to the brim so that, oh, I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Well, Tartuccio, well, scum, and now did we, maybe I've had one too many? Let's see, this man is obviously more comfortable on battlefields, blah, da 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 da. Okay. Let me introduce myself. I am Maegor Vaughn, the new ruler of Dunswood, your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Adori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varling Host, have you heard of us? No, no matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of a dozen brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place, and for that a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. How do you feel about being a noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. See that lad? Baron Drevlev? He's not like us. You know what generation of baron he is? Don't even shake my hand, you and me. We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'll take my hand in yours in the blink of an eye. It's nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you're settled in, come pay us a visit. Oh. Sorry, my phone is going off crazily. And now more noise, so I apologize for all that. No one's complaining about my smelly bear. That's a good thing. Ah yes, I see good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. You are not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is that a threat? I would never. I simply wish to warn you in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you and your barony. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good, I fear. The Adori are dearest friends. Didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Beverly. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Beverly's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on that, even that, really. What do you propose? In your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Beverly, the noble houses. The Adori wouldn't dare to rebel, knowing that they will immediately become entrapped. You could help Beverly avoid a civil war while simultaneously enjoying some well-deserved peace in your lands. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you, an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Sandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who's more familiar with Beverly's politics than any brawler could be. I would be happy to help you establish diplomatic relationships with Beverly. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Guest. Guard. Guard. A Zamtki keg. Ah, cleric. Congratulations on your victory. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ivanki Keg, High Priest of Aristil and Rostov. I saw you fought beside Jamandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve Estrel on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on this power to heal those who've fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course someone has to roam the forest and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here, attempting more mundane fairs like hospitals, shelters, and charity fairs. Bringing law into the stolen lands is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. I am honored to meet you. Goodbye. Aristil keep you. It's a guard. Guest. Haha, to victory! To freedom! Bottoms up! Yes? Try the eclairs. They're delicious. Truth be told, I'm not really comfortable here. I lost my taste for high society. Guest. 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 Hannes. Guest. Baron Hannes Drilev, and you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry I've quite forgotten your name, but you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, I can't say that word. Congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new domain? I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal. So she urgently made barons of the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty? Under other circumstances, I'd have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Adori's celebration, If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Ha! Politeness must be deserved. Goodbye. Okay, guest. Is he going to join me now that we... A feast of times of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into revelry. To digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. I think that is everyone except on the main dais. So let's run up there. Joseph, Jamandi, and Castle. Let's talk to Joseph first. Well now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the prodigy of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pixarian wine against you. But I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Adori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. Oh, so it would seem. I am Joseph Selimus, Lord Mayor Restov. I rule this town and adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov, and what about the Adori? Ah, Bevery's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here in this part of Rosslyn, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. But here, far from the domains of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It's especially important now after certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Adori Sword Lords used to rule Rosslyn. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region, but it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. What kind of events are you talking about? Why, an inspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house Orgevery. Can you imagine it? Old man Chorl conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house would just disappear into thin air. Well, once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof, all over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It's a mystery, but a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everybody. How are things in Restov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogavi, more and more troublemakers have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sort of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Please wait a minute. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I can organize and supply everything you need for construction and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure you would get your good start. In exchange, I'd ask a small favor until you repay the debt in full. You simply refuse the obligation of contracting building services for Restov's Builder Guild. Do we have a deal? Ooh. It increased the cost of everything. Probably. I'd be happy to accept your offer. Then it's a deal. I'm get everything in order right away and schedule a delivery immediately. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling success soon. Today is a historic day for Restov and maybe for all of Bevery.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Young Lander will come with me.
Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind?
Yes, let's begin.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon, Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
And black screen. And black screen. Come on, load, load. Saving.
Victory. The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Welcome, Your Grace. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamanmi transferred me here. I'm at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Rostov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Adori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Where are my companions? They are somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristan will be with Jod, and you can always find Lindsay. Just follow Noise and Turmoil. Are there any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jod is here. Estriel's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Breviary is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit, a blind elf. Densa only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant sort, though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him. That's about it, I guess. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like this my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right in front of our eyes. These people sensed the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I'm normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. I'm ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. I should be reading these, shouldn't I? Oh well. Do you recognize this place, Your Grace? This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be. Not that it saved him in the end, huh? Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivals and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right, from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. The tavern's ale is blessed by Sidine Colleen himself. I swear, the lady who owns it is a gem. Oh, that's all nonsense. Well, except for the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Welcome, Your Grace. Glad to serve you. Your Grace, those are our guards. They keep order in the city or keep their mouths. Here's the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough that we won't be able to see its full extent from this perch. The building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. So now we reach the main chambers. This is the throne room where you'll hold court and recent visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your Grace's attention. Hello, my dear friend. I'm glad to see you're in good health. I don't see how you remain so steady in these circumstances. But in truth, I shouldn't worry. A little effort and this barony will become a rich and prosperous land, right? Ruling seems to be a new thing for you. I put the matter simply. There are two kinds of issues that the Baroness must address. Boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle all the boring problems, and you can give them orders from wherever you please, wherever it pleases you. But sometimes an urgent matter will arise, a dragon attack or the visit of some noble dignitary like myself. Events like these demand the Baroness's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark these events on the map too. According to ancient tradition of Barony and most of the River Kingdom, rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and chop off their heads at the beginning of each month. I know well that traditions can be tedious, but nevertheless, I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But here's the main thing. You should start choosing people to fill the key positions right away. Your clerics, Jod and Tristan, were the first to beg for an audience. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. I'm sure you'll make wise decisions. Of that, I have no doubt. Your Grace, allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baroness. I am confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Though to be honest, this isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with pure essence. Ugh, I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. And now there is a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There is a place near the capital, rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visit this dreadful place, and we felt the same pure essence as the Temple of the Elk. What is this place, and where is it? There is a bald hilltop not far from here to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorifying the dock gods were held there, back in ancient times. There is no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristan and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Aristil. I will go there as soon as I am able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristan. We have been to this hilltops. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength and will predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the Bald Hill and resolve this issue. For now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, your grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you want even more pressing matters at hand right now. Okay, we shall call this Telmour. Okay, and at this point we are going to go ahead and save it. So this episode's already really long. The next episode we will do the first pass on setting up our kingdom. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving a dislike is fine, but please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey1958, and have fun gaming.